everyone and welcome to my second replay commentary of Wargame European Escalation. So, today I'll show you a 2v2 game on Health Highway, 3000 points. So, this game is playing as NATO. We've got two pickups, Astante and Deimos, and I am playing with a team member, Firaz, as the Pact. So, just to point out, I think the NATO team made one big mistake in this game, is they were a bit too greedy. Just to show you, they have of course one command vehicle to keep hotel, but they recruited 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and which is a lot. Even 4 is a lot. I mean, Golf and Foxtrot are two obvious sectors you can go for, especially when playing with 3000 points. But Delta and Echo are two sectors that are really hard to capture, and so going for 4 commanders, meaning going for all 4 sectors, is very greedy, and for 5 and taking 5 commanders is totally I'd say absurd. Maybe a lack of communication between two pickups. I don't know if they were in team or not, but apparently not. On our side we go only with 3 commanders. One controlled by myself, I'll go for Charlie and then push on Delta. Firaz on the other side, on the other hand, is going on the right side of the map, going for Bravo with his first commander, then pushing with his units on Echo and taking Echo with his second commander. He is going for heavy tanks, T-80s, recons, anti-air, and not much infantry. On my side, I'm going for 3 infantry squads and 2 anti-airs. Well, 12 infantry, 2 anti-air, and recon to go on the highway and try to go as fast as possible on the forest in Delta, and the same composition here: infantry, anti-air, and ground recon to go for Charlie and take this forest to stop any push on the left side. We've got, as always on our side, helicopter recon, so I've got 2 of mine and Firaz 1 of his to go on the right. So here we go for this game. So, as I told you, push on the right for Firaz, push on the middle and on the left for myself. But we see gazelles incoming on the right. So Firaz of course has anti-air, but I send him mine just in case. So 2 Strop 2 go on the right, and I see armored transports, armored personal carriers coming in the middle of the map. I don't see them going for Delta Forest, so I think obviously that they are trying a push in the middle. So my first objective, that was to take Delta's forest with these troops, is stopped, and I decide to halt in this forest to stop any push in the middle. Meanwhile, the gazelles on the right are utterly destroyed by the anti-air. Two of them are remaining out of the 6 that we saw, and 1 other is going to be taken out. Here we go. So in the middle of the map we've got well, a little fight in the forest, but I'm taking the upper hand here, so no real deal, no big deal. Delta is captured. We see a command vehicle on the left and a command vehicle on the right. We now know they are going heavy on economy, so we have to push very quickly to take out these units. So yeah, a little bug since the last patch. We can't see units on the minimap anymore, but it will be corrected very soon. So Firaz pushing on Echo, myself pushing on Delta. I've got 8 infantry units pushing on the forest and going obviously as quick as possible against the command vehicle. And Firaz going for the command vehicle in Echo. 2 T-80As are going to try to destroy it. And here we go, commander taken out in Echo, and commander taking nearly destroyed in Delta. So that's it. 2 early economic pushes by the NATO team, totally destroyed. Echo is now ours, and Delta is no longer in NATO's hand. So a second funny thing in this game, which is quite unusual, well, not unusual, but I didn't see much until recently, is artillery. Not that artillery isn't used on the contrary, but we usually see artillery in the enemy's starting sector, like just in between all the fobs and just hitting everywhere. But in this game, they move their artillery quite forward to the front lines to have the most precise hits as possible. They've got 3 artillery units here and just recruited 6 more artillery units on the right. So they are very, very precise, just as you can see right now, and can do a lot of damage. So our next objective, after taking out Echo and Delta, is taking out Golf. Of course, I'm going with 4 flamethrower tanks, and taking out Foxtrot, and of course the artillery units on the right. So first, artillery units in the middle. I send in 4 armored personal carriers, trying to go as fast as possible to these artillery units and taking them out as quickly as possible. I'm taking out the last resistance in Delta's forest and moving towards Golf. 4 flamethrower tanks supported by 1 recon helicopter that is coming in to try to detect the command vehicle. More infantry units that I called in to try to push in the middle. So here we go. Artillery on the right, taking out everything they can see. They've got 1 Lux A1, very nice recon here. And they can see a lot of Firax's units on Echo, so it allows the AMX AUF1 on our French artillery units, very, very precise, to be more precise even, and take out all they want. So it's a very, very pain in the ass for us. So here on the left, we're taking out the command vehicle in Golf. Here we go with our flamethrowers. So pushing in the middle with our infantry units against this artillery here. I didn't realize that at first they were just below, so they couldn't see the artillery units, so I moved them and they'll just take it out quite easily. So Delta secured, Echo secured, even if we are getting pounded quite heavily by the artillery. Artillery in the middle destroyed. The next objective is taking out Foxtrots, taking out the commanders, but obviously at this point we think there's only 1, but there are 2. So next objective, taking out Foxtrot and of course the artillery units in the forest. To do that, first I sending infantry units on the right, but I'm stopped by infantry here, so I disembark quite quickly to try to take them out. Here I go, disembarking. My first thought was that with these ones I could take out the dragoons, and then with the second infantry guys I could rush into the forest and take out all the artillery units. Unfortunately, they they shoot right on our transports and take out absolutely everything. So our initial push, my initial push here is total disaster. Firas on his side is continuing to push. He loses 1 transport, but still pushes with his armored personal carriers with ATGM infantries in it. So the second strategy we went for was to go on the left side of Foxtrot. I pushed with infantry units in this forest, taking out everything in my path, and then trying to push on Foxtrot from the left. Unfortunately, I have only 2 BTRs left that are coming in on Foxtrot, and 4 Leopards are waiting for me and taking me out right in the open. So another, well, bad attempt. Destruction of 1 AMX AUF1 here by the ATGMs of the Conquerors. So we still got 1 artillery unit, but that's little compared to all that we've lost trying to destroy them. So in terms of points, we are quite okay, 600 points ahead from the NATO, but we still have to destroy this artillery nest here if we want to keep the advantage. If not, they'll just pound every unit we have. So here we go, I called a new command vehicle to take Charlie, while the one in Charlie I moved it to Delta. So to secure even more resources. So I know Leopards are here to destroy any infantry units coming in. I have nearly no more transports except 1. So what I did is that I sent my tanks in front to try to attract the attention and the firepower of the 4 Leopards here. And then once that was done, I was going to send my infantry units through, well, directly in the forest, praying that the Leopards wouldn't take them out easily. So that is more or less what is happening. The Leopards are shooting my flamethrower tanks and not looking and not shooting at my infantry units, which allow them to move in for point blank range and destroying these tanks. So Echo is getting totally, well, wiped out by this artillery. Only the command vehicle is left, and Firaz is moving it to try to put it to a more secure place. He is sending tanks on the left side to support my my move. I've sent my motor shredder. He's destroyed one command vehicle in the forest, and one transport vehicle just arrived just behind the managed to move past the tanks, disembarked behind them and destroyed the tanks. So our move on the left side is a success for now. Unfortunately, the artillery will start obviously shooting again at our move, and our infantry is going to get annihilated. So my push is stopped for a while, and Leopards are coming in to destroy my last tank. Hopefully, Firas' support is coming in. 2 T-80As and 3 T-62M1s, which are quite very good tanks, and will help, well, secure our push on Foxtrot. Meanwhile, I recruit 3 artillery units. I know all the units are trying to flee through the city, so I'm pounding near the city to try to stop any unit from leaving. So we control 5 sectors against only 2. We have the economic advantage, we have the point advantage, only 500 points to go for the victory. And this is the point where we have a lot of luck. We can detect they move a bit too far away the VAB PC, and we are able to see it. The T-62M5 sees it, launches an ATGM, and the command vehicle is destroyed. Very, very nice move. We have contested Foxtrot, and, well, the only thing now between us and the artillery units are a couple of Leopard units. But we have artillery pounding the area, and 5 heavy tanks, plus 1 flamer, so flamethrower tank. So obviously this is going very, very well for us. Only 70 points left for the victory. Unfortunately here, Firaz is a bit too well, confident and moves against the Marauders and gets totally destroyed. But hopefully we destroy a last unit and we take the 3,000 point major victory. So yeah, quite a nice game. Well, both teams made mistakes, of course, but one major mistake I think from the NATO side is the well, they were too greedy. Making 5 additional command units is too much. Well, it always, of course, depends on the maps, the number of points you have, the number of players, but on this map, 4 command vehicles is too much. I think that 2 or 3 is a good number, and keeping points in reserve and calling afterwards command vehicles if you have the opportunity to is the best way to go, in my opinion. So, very nice game. I hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.